Okay, this is affectionately named the Tin Man, and this is a hot air coffee roaster. Probably the most awesome and theatrical machine that, quite frankly, I've ever viewed. We're going to walk over here, and my son Jeremy happens to be here with me. He came and helped me pick it up. Say hello, Jeremy.
Howdy.
Yep, mustache coming in nice, bro. And he came and helped me pick it up. He's actually never seen it work, never operated the system. And so I'm going to ask him to help me out. And he's going to actually roast the coffee. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to come over here and we're going to check and we're going to make sure that the settings are what we want. We have some preset profiles right now. Jeremy, what we want is we want the air temperature to be 527 and we want the bean temperature to be 403. And we've set this profile for 1 pound of guat. It's guat Way Tenango. Now the only other thing we're going to do, Jeremy, is we're going to make sure that the heat is on. So there you go, right on. And now all you're going to do, Jeremy, is you're going to take the beans, which we've already pre-measured. We've pre-measured for 1 pound of green beans. And can we take a look at those green beans? Right on. This is guat Way Tenango. And you're going to pour them in. So he's going to go up to the hopper. He's going to pour them in. You see them pouring in to the glass chamber. And he's going to remove that funnel. And he's going to put the stopper on top. So the stopper is right up there. Yep, very nice. And he's going to put the stopper on top. And now we're ready. So if you would, Jeremy, go ahead and press start. And let's begin roasting. Now notice I did not have to show Jeremy anything other than just give him some very simple instructions on what to do. The roaster is now running, and you can see that the beans are just dancing away. And once again, this is a hot air popper. In just a few minutes you're going to see that there's going to be a lot of chaff that begins leaving the beans and begin flying up the vent chamber. This is all based 100% on temperature. And as I come over here, you can see the air temperature is increasing rapidly. 527 is the goal. But also notice how quickly the bean temperature is going up. This will automatically stop roasting the beans when it reaches the desired temperature of 403. How did we come up with 403? A little trial and error. It's called a profile. You establish your profile based on the quantity of beans that you put in and based on where they originate, based on the country they originate from. Also, something that comes into play is the age of the beans. The older the beans are, the less moisture they have in them, and the faster they will roast up. Now you come over here, I don't know if you can tell or not, but the beans are already beginning to change color. They're going to go from a green, which is where they started at, and they're going to go to a very tan, golden brown type color. And they're already getting there. And then they're going to go to a more of a brown, light brown, and then whatever the desired look, whatever the desired taste is that you have in mind. Notice also you can see it looks like beans are leaving. Actually, that's the chaff that is leaving and going up through the exhaust system. And the chaff goes through the exhaust system, goes down this chamber right here into a cyclone chaff separator. And as I back up, you can see that this cyclone chaff separator has a bucket right here on the bottom. And this is a bucket that would have to be cleaned daily or emptied daily. And notice up here at the top, I don't have it solid pipe vented. I just have an exhaust vent right there. And we don't even have a motor on this exhaust vent. I'm going to come back over here to the beans because they are roasting rapidly. I don't know if you can tell or not, but the beans now have a nice brown to them. And come over here and you look at the temperature, and you're already up to 351 as far as the beans are concerned. What'd you say, Jeremy? Yeah. And you're looking at the beans, and you look over here. Yeah, Jeremy's right. It's about the same as his mustache. Very nice. Very nice. I like this because it's very theatrical. You know, we talk about giving the customer what they want, giving them a fresh product. The smell is unbelievable right now. And as we back away from this, you can see that it has a very theatrical feel to it. The footprint is only about, it's about maybe 26, 28 inches wide, about 3 feet deep. The nice thing about this machine is not only is it theatrical, but it's also extremely easy to run. You can set up your own profiles. If you see something that's getting done a little quicker than what you thought, you can always come over here. You can lower the temperature on the bean temperature. You can just lower this right here so that the max will be reached just a little bit quicker. We're going to go over here. We've already pre-tested this particular profile and this particular roast. So we feel pretty good about what we're going to get as far as the result is concerned. This won't be very dark. It's going to be I would call it a nice medium roast that is going to be pretty pleasing to most anybody who wants to drink some good coffee. Once again, everything is happening right now. It's happening in real time. I don't know if you can tell or not, but it is getting very, very close to being done. One thing that will have to occur, if you can see, the glass gets a little bit cloudy. And we've run probably, I'm going to say probably about 10 roasts through this. And it gets a little bit cloudy. It is hot to the touch. So you got to be really, really careful around that particular piece of the equipment. Notice we're almost done right here. And what's going to happen is once it reaches the 403, you're going to hear it click. There it was. And now what's happening is there's water being added to the beans. And it's from the inside. Now look how quickly the temperature is going down. We're already down to 364. The beans are being cooled by air and by water. The goal is to get these down at least 200 degrees below what our maximum target was. This particular machine is set up for 4 minutes, 240 seconds, that it will run after it's reached its max temperature, or the temperature that you set on that particular profile. Once it goes for 240 seconds, you're going to see that we're going to be well below 200 degrees below the 403 that we've set. So we're looking for somewhere around 200 degrees before this is going to be done. That's actually very good. You want to cool the beans down as quickly as possible. One thing that this one does have, not only does it have this particular container which will capture the beans once they're done, but underneath this container, you see this one does come with an external cooling unit. And that's kind of nice to have that external cooling unit if you want to use it. I personally think that what we're doing right now, having it to be a system that you don't have to really think a whole lot about, is the way to go. Now notice over here, we're already down to 190. Our 240 seconds are going to be up in just a few moments. And then the machine will stop automatically. Now we can, if we want, come over here and we could stop it manually. We're gonna choose to go ahead and let the machine finish this particular roast. And once again, this was 1 pound of Guatemala way Tenango. We set the profile at 527 for the air temperature and 403 for the bean temperature. And any second now, this roast is going to conclude. And once it concludes, really, seeing as how we are down to 158 on the bean temperature, we aren't really going to have to worry about cooling them anymore. The beans themselves will be cool to the touch. We'll go ahead and leave it in that chamber right there, or in the bean reservoir, and allow the external cooling chamber to cool the beans just a little bit more. Once again, this is called a Java Master. This is the 2002 model. We do have not only the machine, but we also have two of these contraptions, and I don't know what they're called, but one of them could be called a bagger, because what you do is you dump the beans into this facility right here, and then you actually have this small hole that you can dump the beans out of. And notice that we are finished right now, and so doesn't take a rocket scientist. I'm not even going to tell Jeremy what to do. He just came home from college, but he's just going to lift that handle. He's going to dump the beans out. And I don't know if you can hear it or not, but underneath we have the beans. We have an external cooling fan going on. And it'll go on for just a couple of seconds, and now it just kicked off. And so as you look right here, I don't know if you can tell on video or not, but it's just a beautiful, beautiful roast. The beans just look perfect. They are cool to the touch. And now they are ready to be lifted up and poured out into a bag. Your customers are going to love this. You're going to love this. The smell is incredible. The coffee is awesome. Hope you enjoyed the video. Have a great day.